Let's see if this works now. If this works now. Check, check, check. If this works now. Check, check, check. 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 Ooh, okay. Check. Ooh, okay. Is it? All right. Let's see if this gets it done. There's an echo right now. There shouldn't be. There should not be an echo. There should not be any echo. I'm not repeating myself, am I? All right, I think I got the delay down. Does it still look all right for you guys? Can't hear me. I think I got the delay back down to 4 seconds. Picture's good. That's good. Okay. Sweet. All right. Picture is good. That's good. You guys can hear me. Hey, if you guys watch your trading view or you watch your charts, the delay should be back to about 4 seconds. Let me know, chat, if that's confirmed. If you guys could confirm that, that'd be great. Oh, we're trading tomorrow. We are trading tomorrow. You bet your butt we are. About 4 seconds. Yep, that's good. There we go. Hey, so at least we'll be good to stream tomorrow. All right, it's not. I get my normal computer back. I should get it back on Thursday. So on the bright side, we got something to stream tomorrow. We'll just trade from the office. Yo, G Money. Yeah, see this camera like won't pick up. I turned it on the other day. Like it turns on, but it like wouldn't. It like won't pick up with the computer. It's all plugged in. It should be. And then I think. Well, now it's working. Now it's good. Now it's good. Look at that, YouTube. Live at the HQ. Live at the HQ. I love this place. I love this place. What was the computer issue? I don't know. They're looking at it at Micro Center. So we'll see. We'll see what the issue was. You're here for signals only. Well, good thing I'm a damn good trader. Let's see what the actual lag is. Ready? Yeah, it's about 4 seconds. Perfect. All right, we're going to be so good tomorrow. Let's go. Yes. We're going to be so good tomorrow. Hyped. I'm hyped, baby. What am I doing here? I was testing my software. I'm at the office. I had to get a different computer. You guys can see I'm at the office. I got to turn the Team Bull sign on. Got to turn the Team Bull sign on. Let's go! Yeah, baby! What's up, fellas? All right, we're back in action. Yes, I brought a homie in here to learn from you. Trying to get the generational wealth and learn, my guy. Let's get it. Hey, congrats on the payout, Ryan. I mean, Tradeify is the fastest payouts in the game, so if anyone will do it quick, it's Tradeify. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. Everyone want to be 6'7" till it's chest day, right? Facts. Let's go, Ryan. I'm rooting for you, bro. Let's get it. Hey, if you guys didn't see, Apex 90% off is back too. If you guys want to take pay duns, I'm coming tomorrow with a vengeance. So if you guys want to take my next trade, you can use code Jdun. Get yourself a funded account for tomorrow. Go get yourself a funded account with Apex. 90% off is back, baby. I like Alpha Futures and Tradeify. They're both cool. They're both fine. They're both cool. Anybody have periods in their trading where your strategy just isn't working? Starting to lose my confidence. Just need some advice. I mean, it happens, bro. You're going to have times where you go through slumps. That's where DOD comes in. That's where DOD is most important, is not when you're winning, but when you're losing. Everything's great when you're winning. You're killing it. You're making money. Things are good. But it's when you start to lose or when you take losses what will define you as a trader. That's what will define you. Liking the channel, but not sure what the 2-bar strategy is. Jdun for Tradeify also. Appreciate you. The 2-bar strategy I can't talk. Strategy is a trend-setting strategy that we use based on the 5-minute chart and volume. That's what the 2-bar strategy / setup is. Elusive said, right now I'm having a problem where I freeze up and I don't execute my trades. I've been just watching money fly and no bite. I almost lost my life today because of an instrument mistake with Tradeivate. I had NQ open instead of MNQ. That's tough. All right, so I have to do a group coaching call with my mentorship group. You guys want me to keep the YouTube on? You guys want to see how I coach them? I've never done that before, ever. But we're going to have a trade recap today. Then I'm going to answer some of their questions. If enough of you say yes, I'll leave it on. I'll let you learn something. I'll let you come to class. I literally have never done that before. Usually it's just a small private group, so I won't be reading the comments much. But if you all want to stick around and get some alpha from today, there was a few really good setups from today that we're going to talk about and go over. So, oh man, one that got away. Right there. The one that got away for show. Damn. All right. I'm going to send out a Zoom link, and you guys will have the chance to stick around and hang out. So make yourself comfy. Get ready to learn something. Let's see here. I got to log into my Zoom. Gene's in the other room trading Asia. Let's go. I'm the fastest day trading typer in the game. Ain't no one got a Guam like Jdun. No one got a Guam like Jdun. Come on. Verify via one-time passcode. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I had a crazy good workout today. Crazy good. 8, 7, 9. All right. I got my meal prep with me. Always got that with me now. I'm starting this new diet. I'm eating more carbs. I'm eating more meat. I'm just trying to eat 4 to 5 smaller meals, or like 8 ounces of meat, so not that small, but I'm trying to eat more meals throughout the day. I'm really trying to gain weight. I'm sitting around 220 right now. 6'6", 6'7", almost 6'7", and I'm trying to get up to like 240. Why is it? Let's see. I got to download the Zoom app first. All right. I guess that works. All right. Let's get this sent out to my squadron. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. Let's go here. Team Bowl announcements, group coaching link, group coaching with Jdun at everyone. All right. Let's let my peoples pile in and we'll get this party started. Let's see what we get here. Let's get it. Let's get it. So we're going to talk about the 2-bar setup today as well, everybody. What's good? What's up, guys? Welcome in. What's up, my friends? What's good? All right. Chat should be enabled. Got my face on. What's up? Talk to me, mentees. How we doing? How was everybody's day? I'm back. I'm at the office, as you'll see. I had to take my computer into Micro Center because it was acting up this morning. Of course, it was acting up, and I had 2 beautiful potential trades, both of which I missed because my software was malfunctioning and my computer was having a seizure. What's up, Danny? What's up, J Daddy? Oh, Ed, that's what you said. What's up, Batten? Talk to me. What's up, Dara? Dara? How was everyone's trading day? How'd you guys start the week? Yesterday was great too. We caught a banger yesterday. That was awesome. You got it right the second time, Dara. Made $400 today. Missed, took a trade super late. Okay. As long as it was DOD. As long as it was DOD, I'm okay with it. Okay. 1 second. I got to type something out. All right. Sorry to get this going. Let's get this recording. All right. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another group coaching call with yours truly, Mr. DOD. Some of you guys know me as, most of you guys know me as Jacob or Jdun. Hopefully, everyone had a nice trading day. I've seen a lot of people making money today and a lot of people managing their risk. Yeah, some of you guys know me as Paydun as well. So Jdun, Paydun, whatever you want to call me. Whatever you want to call me, you got it. So I want to start off today by going over the two main setups that we talked about intraday today. Now, if you guys were on the live, you know that my software, my computer was glitching out. I don't know what's going on. I still don't know what's going on. So I'm at my office right now. I'm at the Team Bull HQ. And I'll show you that, guys, that right here. So you guys, we're at the Team Bull HQ. You guys see it? It's just me today, though. I guess Gene's in the other room. Gene's over there streaming Asia in his office, but I'm at the HQ tonight, and I'll be trading here tomorrow and also potentially on Thursday as well, because my computer at the house that I have at my house is currently under repair. So all of that to say, I had two main setups that I like today that are very, very, very good systematic setups and that I want to talk to you guys about that I ended up missing due to technology. Gotta love it. So let's go ahead and replay and talk about what we saw to start the day. Now, every morning we do what? We mark out our pre-market low, which we see here, and we mark out our pre-market high. That is the first thing we do when market opens. Now, I don't typically trade the first 15 to 20 minutes. So know that, but I want to have this marked out sometime in those first 15 to 20 minutes, ideally off the open. Just get it over with, knock it out, boom. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for price to develop. And at this point, right, I want to talk about what happens in this first 10 minutes. So you guys see this aggressive move up above pre-market high. Now, tell me, chat, why am I not convinced that if we pull back down to pre-market high from here or here, that this is going to be a good trade to take? What keeps me from taking that trade in real time? Talk to me. What keeps me from taking this trade right here and saying if we pull back, I'm going to enter longs in this move up? There's too much risk. If I take this trade right here, if I take this trade at 724 and I want to have risk below the trend setting candle, that's 120 points of risk. That is way too much risk. In addition to that, we're within the first 15 minutes. We don't have any solid volume confirmation to confirm it off of it, and the second candle up right here is lowering. So during this point, I like the idea of an uptrend. I don't like the idea of trying this bounce way too early. So I say I'm going to wait. We let price keep playing out. Now at this point, we get an aggressive move down. This is also a candle that I would not long because we have rising volume, an aggressive full body sell candle below pre-market high. We breached this key level. Volume says we want to continue. However, at this point, this high is 810. This pre-market high is 730. So it would be 80 points if I were to take this test back up, try that lower high and have it move down. I'd have 80 points of risk up to this high. That's too much risk for me as well. These candles are violent. So I'm personally saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to choose DOD. I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to wait, and I will find my A+ setup when it comes throughout the day, throughout the morning. So we wait and watch. Now at this point, we have our 15-minute high and 15-minute low. Now I don't have this marked out during the day today because I can't chart because my computer's having a spaz attack. But this is what the chart looks like. We have this pre-market high and pre-market high and pre-market low scattered with 15-minute low and 15-minute high. So we continue. Now, as we watch price play out, we see us move down again. Now, there's two things I want to point out to you guys. When you guys have MNQ up, for those who trade micros, the volume can slightly differ sometimes than NQ. So for those of you who are watching me trade today, I had some of you, I'm not sure if you're in here, but at least inside our main group inside Team Bull, some people were saying, well, Jdun, my volume's higher. So this looks like a 2-bar. Well, there's two reasons why this wasn't a 2-bar. For one, on the main instrument that we're watching, the NASDAQ, the volume was not higher, okay? You see here, similar volume, not terrible, but not higher. And let's say this volume went up to here. Let's say this volume went up to here, right? Let's just say that volume to confirm. Well, guys, this candle has far too much risk. We see here that this is a 90-point candle, of which nearly 45 points is wick. We have way too much wick to the upside here. Half this candle is wick to the upside, meaning that this is not a valid 2-bar setup. This doesn't count as a 2-bar setup when we have this much wick to the upside on a downtrending move. So again, we wait and we stay patient. Next. Now at this point right here, this is where I start to look and say, you know what? If we get a move back up, I'll look for some sort of retracement for shorts. Now, if you were trading live with me today, what level was I telling you that I wanted to see? Was I telling you that I wanted to see a retrace back to 600 for the 15-minute orb? I was not saying that. And why did we not want to take this trade moving up to the 15-minute orb right here? The level looks good. But what's the problem? And even so, right, we even have a little 2-bar action going on here, right? What's the problem with the lower part of this level? Is that if we're going to have risk defined above this candle high, that's 80 points of risk. That's a lot of risk. That is a lot of risk, guys. 80 points on the move. You basically have to have a 100-point trade to equal 1-to-1. You have to have what? 120 points to get to 1.5 R. So for me, there's just too much risk on that to try the 15-minute orb as it stands. However, when we draw this 50% retracement down, that gives us a little more room up to like 620. And as price moves to this next candle, okay, as price moves down to this next candle, if you take the Fibonacci retracement from high, or it was from this next, whoops, it was from the next candle down. We wait. Okay. So, I got lost a little bit there. When we take our Fibonacci retracement from this high to this low point, where do we have our 50% retracement of the day? Right here at 640. So I'm saying before we come up here, before this candle happens, and if you guys were on the live, you can vouch for me, that if we move up here, my main reject is 630 to 640, because it allows us to put our risk right above the 675 area, have 30 to 40 points of risk on this trade, potentially catch this lower high, and then continue to the downside. My whole strategy and how I trade and how I've stayed alive for 9, almost 10 years of trading is predicated solely on catching trend moves. I want to catch lower highs and higher lows. I don't care about ICT wizardry. I don't care about having 10 different confirmations. I want to trade as simple as I can, as effective as I can, make money when my setups hit, and manage my risk when they don't. This is an A+ example of that coming to fruition. So we move up 630, 640, right in this area. We then, if you took that, your risk would have to be above 675. You then want to see a push down if we have, and I'm gonna answer your guys' questions in chat in just a bit, guys, if you're new to the program. So you guys get a chance to come up and ask me whatever you like. I've seen some new faces join. Welcome, by the way. So at this point, if you're gonna enter here, let's say you get filled at 630. Let's say you get a fill a little lower. You're gonna have your stops, hard stops in at 678. Right, it's 675. There we go. So you have 45 points of risk on this trade at most. If you got filled at 635, you have 39 points of risk. You get the point. If you get filled in here, you have around 40 points of risk-ish. Meaning that if you're going to have a solid risk reward in this, you need an absolute minimum, right, of a 60-point trade. And ideally on trades like this, you go target low a day. Like if you have a previous low of day to make, in a perfect world, you enter that trade, you get a nice trim around 1.5, 2R, and you target low a day. That's, in a perfect world, what you get. It doesn't always happen. Honestly, I don't even remember if it happens today, but that's what you're going to want to look for. Let's see how this plays out. We get the nice move down. We hang out around pre-market low for a bit. You definitely, and there we go. And there the low a day comes. So at that point, you would be up 100 and if you held 170 points. If you held that far, that's incredible. And at this point, I would likely be out of the trade. And on this, you risked 40 to make 170. You risked 40 to make 100. You risked 40 to make 70. That's what I like to look at when I'm reviewing my trades and when I'm actively managing my trades in real time. This is an A+ setup that you can repeat over and over. So at this point, there's another setup that I'm watching. When you guys see this right here, what do you think I'm going to watch for when trend is down, we made a lower high, and we have aggressive volume right here with an aggressive candle? What are we going to look for? What are we going to look for, chat? A 2-bar setup. A 2-bar setup is what we're going to look for. So at this point, we know that the trend is downwards. All right. On some yoga terms, we got a downwards dog going up. We got the butt up, downwards dog coming. So with downwards dog in action, we see the full body candle here, and we see the rising volume, which means I'm going to take my Fibonacci retracement tool. I'm going to draw from high to low of this candle. And then before I do anything, I'm going to look at, all right, where is this on the chart and what's the high of this candle? The high of this candle is 540. Pre-market highs at 517. This is around 510-ish, 500 to 510. So, and again, this is in real time today. This is where I'm looking for, is a move to 500 to 510. If my broker's working, I'm taking this trade. I like when we have setups like this because not only do we have this trend-setting candle high to tell us that if we break this, we likely go higher, it's also above pre-market high. So typically speaking, when you guys see a break above a key level and a break above a trend-setting candle, if you get that break above, your setup's invalid. So we're going to look for this move up here and then a move down. That's what you're going to look for to catch that trend, but your risk is still managed in the process. So if we get this move to 500, 510, you have about 30 points of risk. So if you take that, and I want you guys to shift to a risk-first mindset. If you guys take that with, say, 40 points of risk right here, you're going to want to see 40 points of gain at least to make that 1-to-1, right? If you guys got a better fill, let's say you got filled at 506, you got about 37 points of risk. So that's what you're going to want to see, is that move down, the retest back up, and about a minimum of a 1-to-1. And that's what you get. You guys see this? You move up here, you move down, you're actually going to move down to, what do you get? About 50 points, so almost 1.5 R. And at that point, once you go above 1 to 1.5 R, at that point you want to at least, even if you don't trim, say you want the bigger move, say you want 2R, which I respect it. If you want to get to the bigger move out of it, I'm okay with that. But if you move down like this, you test low of day, you test over 1R, you at least need to set your stops back to break even so you don't let a trade that was green go extremely red. That's where your emotions start messing with you. That's where frustration and anger and tilt and revenge trading all start to kick in. The opposite of DOD comes in. Dopamine over discipline starts to kick in because your ego gets hurt. You want a revenge trade. You want to catch that cheap dopamine. And you guys, especially as people who invested so much time and money into this program, cannot let that happen. If you guys want to become profitable traders in 2026, you need to take what I give you every week and choose DOD on a daily basis to keep your trading moving forward and keep yourself accountable. So we end up pushing back up over this. This setup is no longer valid. Whether you trimmed or didn't trim or took profit, setup's no longer valid. Now, there is a third trade that I'm looking at. In this area, I tell the squad, if we were to make another lower high throughout the day, if we were to make another lower high, it'd likely be around the 600 area. We had the 15-minute low, right, in this zone. And if you take this, your risk would have to be above the 640. So if you're going to take the shorts here, you can try for a lower high and continuation down, but just in case we get a V-shaped reversal, your risk has to be if we break above 640. You'll see we come up, test a little bit into here, 600, go down to like 540, test again. We're making higher lows. We breach here. That setup's no longer valid. And let me show you why that risk management is so important. Because if you don't manage your risk there, and if you don't have your hard stop set, well, this is what happens. You get caught averaging down into this or holding this, and you get absolutely smoke showed on the way up. You can't keep letting yourself blow through your stops and expecting different results. If you continue to break your rules and break your promises to yourself in your trading, you're never going to see consistent wins with smaller losses. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I assume that's why a lot of you guys join the program, is that you're tired of making those mistakes. You're tired of the hamster wheel. I call it the hamster wheel, repeating over and over and over again. You guys got to learn to choose DOD, and part of DOD is simply just if you have a stop set and your trade's no longer valid, you take it, you say, oh, that sucks. Too bad. Next trade. So now you're asking about longs. If you have this aggressive move up, sure, this could definitely be a look for a 2-bar on the upside. However, you don't ever get that pullback. You'd have to pull back into this or pull back towards that 15-minute high with stops below this candle. You never get that. So it doesn't ultimately give you that setup, even though it looked all right from in hindsight, it doesn't give you that. You don't get the pullback. Then volume starts lowering, and at this point, there's not a whole lot else to watch. Talking about the first 2 green candles, this arguably could. You could look for a break, a reverse. So this is what I would refer to as a reversal. This isn't a 2-bar setup. Because why? the trend has been moving down. However, for a reversal trade using VPA and DOD, you get a break above pre-market high. You have rising volume on the key level breaking candle. So with that volume confirmation, solid green candle, if you're looking for a reversal, I would be okay with you taking that pullback to this zone. Say you got in at 540. You had stops below 505. That's 35 points of risk. You know, if you break below pre-market low, you likely go lower. You have the 50% retracement. That actually looks good for a reversal trade. That's a reversal trade that I'm willing to take, whether it's from the upside or the downside. That's something I'm 100% willing to take. So that's a great observation, Ramsey. That's definitely a trade that if you're going to take reversals, I'm okay with that. But you need to have some sort of edge in the trade. You can't just say, all right, well, we're low here, so it's time to bounce up. Or, all right, well, we've gone really high, so it's probably time to take shorts and go back down. That's not how we trade with Team Bull. That's not how you trade. If I'm your mentor and you're really working on implementing DOD, you don't trade like that anymore. It's not allowed. It's unacceptable. I'm going to hold you to a higher standard because you are capable of more than guessing and gambling. And you know you're capable of more. That's why you're here. So that was our breakdown of today. Now, I also want to talk about a trade that we took yesterday as well. That it was a bank holiday, so price was a little slower, but it was one of the most textbook setups that I will personally take. So at this point, whoops, let me leave. Whoops. All right. So I got on right around here-ish. Now, this was our market yesterday. This is a good recap and a good strategy that you guys can implement. And then we'll go on to some questions and you guys can come up and talk to me if you'd like. So price is moving down. Now, we note that we do have a key level here. I don't usually use Asia levels, but we had a whole psych number of 800. And we also had that coinciding with Asia low. So for what it's worth, I did use Asia low for reference yesterday, though full transparency for you guys, I don't typically incorporate Asia levels into my strategy. I just don't find them that useful personally. So we see price moving down. Now at this point, we had an aggressive candle in the move up, right? From these smaller candles here to an aggressive move down through a key level. You guys see full body candle, rising volume, and push through a key level. There's a good chance that if we test that key level, we're going to see continuation in the direction that we were prior to the retest. You're going to get a nice retracement trade. So we begin moving back and forth. Times it's about 7:45. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to use the most recent lower high with the recent swing low. Now, when I do that, when I'm looking for that deeper retracement, what do I see? I see us move up here to this zone where if we get an entry from 790 to 800, we only have risk up to about 818. We got 20 to 30 points of risk. So on this move up, I'm looking for a move to 790 to 800, right? The highest wick is 792. So I'm looking for a move into this zone that I can buy shorts and put stops above this candle high. You guys will notice a trend with me, and this is why I think you guys see so many of my students getting payouts with DOD and making progress or not losing their butt as much with DOD, is that you're always looking at the risk first. I don't care how much money I can make. It doesn't mean a damn thing if I lose my butt and lose all of it. We're always looking for our risk first. Always. Always, always, always. So we're moving up. This is the only level we're watching for a reject. I know my trading strategy is boring, but it does work. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. What do we touch here? 790. All right, here we go. Here we go. We touch up near 800. This is our entry area. You guys see that? We touch into here. We enter our shorts. We also get a great candle. Why are we more confident in our entry with this candle? What does this candle tell us at this key level? Right here. Why do we like this candle? 2 reasons. Failed to go higher, higher volume, rising volume doji, indecision, wick, doji. Yep, lots of right answers. We have a higher volume, reversal doji at this key level. All those things tell us my probability of winning this trade just went up. Again, most retail traders are not quants, right? You don't have to be a quant to make significant money doing this. But the point of saying this is that it is math and probabilities at the end of the day. So your probability of winning this trade and this trade continues down goes up massively when you see a candle confirmation like you see here. So we enter the trade, we put our stops above this level, and now we wait. Guys, whenever you accept your risk, this is one of the main points I want you guys to understand, is that whenever we accept our risk, so say that we have risk to here, we have 25 points of risk. Say you have 1 mini, okay? So you have 1 mini. How much are you risking on this trade if you put 1 mini short with 25 points of risk? $500. That's right, Ramsey, good job. You have $500 at risk. So if you lose this trade, oh, I lost my $500, but you've already accepted it beforehand, so it takes the emotion out of your trade. Here's where a lot of you guys are going wrong, is that you're entering with 1 or 2 contracts. You have no clue how much you're risking whatsoever. It gets to your stop loss. You don't stop out. It goes higher. What should have been a $500 loss becomes an $800 loss. Then you get pissed. You start revenge trading, and the hamster wheel just keeps spinning faster and faster and faster. That's how the average retail trader blows up. Now, hopefully with you guys being DOD students, that is improving. That has gotten better. But ultimately, that's what happens to most people that end up blowing themselves up over time. So if you accept that risk beforehand, you stomach it, you visualize it, and then you can just wait, good things happen. We want to see this trade move to at least 1.5R. So let's see how this goes. So far, so good. Kills it. We start to get confirmation down. You love when you're in a trade, you see that confirmation in that direction. You'd want to move stops down to a minimum of at least that 800, probably break even. And then you let price play out. You let your trade play. Boom. New low a day. If you held this trade, right? And I'm not saying you have to hold the trade. I'm saying in a hypothetical world, you risk 26 to make, 100? You risk 26 to make 57. You risk 26 to make 70. That's what gets you to where you want to be as a trader with your R multiple positive. That's what's going to put you in the spot that you want to be in, having a positive R multiple. Does that make sense, everybody? Are we all good? You guys digest what we just talked about? That was a really fast 30 minutes. I don't know how that goes so fast. I guess time flies when you're having fun, right? Would it be a good idea to plot Asia levels for possible bounce or reject areas, but not base the trade just off those? Not a bad idea. Here's why I avoid Asia levels usually. Is if I have Asia high and Asia low mapped out, and then I want to mark pre-market high and pre-market low, and then I also want to mark 15-minute high and 15-minute low, right? And then I also want to look at previous day high and previous day low. Do you guys see the point I'm getting at of why I don't mark out Asia? This is confusing. This gives me anxiety. This makes me start to sweat having 100 different levels. When I see someone that has markings all over the damn chart like my 2-year-old got a hold of a marker. I don't trade well with that. I trade well when I'm trading simplicity. When I'm trading and I can see my risk, I can see the trend, I know exactly what I'm looking for in real time, and I don't have to guess. I hate guessing. I hate gambling. I mean, I've been to Vegas like 17 times, but when I'm trading, I don't like gambling. All right? Big difference. I like to have an edge when I'm trading and have clear execution on every trade that I'm taking. That's what I want you guys to understand. Hold on. All right. So there's the first 30 minutes of our session. Now, as always, I like to spend the next bit letting you guys come up, speak, ask me any questions, having one-on-one time. So if any of you would like to speak, ask any questions, feel free to raise your hand. I love hearing from you, even if you came up last week or the week before. It's always nice to hear from you. Sometimes we have lots of people who want to come up, and sometimes we have nobody. So you just raise your hand in the chat, and I will pick through you guys to come up and speak. So we went over that exact trade recap. We talked about what we did Monday live in real time. And then we also spent some time reviewing what we did today. Let me make sure, I see your hand raised, Batten. Let me make sure my audio is all good. One moment. All right, here we go. Done. Cool. Hold on. Oh, whoops. Hold on. You probably can't. There we go. What's going on, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How's it going? How was your trading day?
Actually, so I just started the mentorship program. I did not trade at all today. I'm learning how to trade.
Okay. Well, welcome. You're in a great place to learn. You're going to save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah, man, I've been following for a minute, just like on social media, and thought, why not? And took a chance, took the action, and just got in. But I had a question about. We were watching that reversal just a second ago it was the small red candle wick up top.
From Monday, right here?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that right there. So when you have a short candle like that with long wicks and the volume is higher than the buy, you can predict that's a good indicator for reversal, or is that based on where you have your market high and market low set?
Yeah, so good question. So if you see something like this randomly, say there's no context to this at all, and I just say, hey, Batten is how I say your name?
It's baton.
Baton. Love it. So I say, hey, Baton, we just look at this candle right here with higher volume. Without any context, it doesn't mean a lot. Now, where it does mean something is when you look at the overall big picture, and you can see that is a potential lower high spot where we could see a retracement for a trend entry. Then you know that, okay, we come up to the 50% retracement. This is a spot that gives us a high probability to reverse. We have a reversal candlestick. All those things add up to giving you an edge in that trade, where if you take that trade, there's a good chance it goes down. But just in case it doesn't, that's why we set our hard stops where we do, because every trade we take has the ability or chance to lose.
Okay.
But to answer your question, you don't just see one of these and automatically think reversal. However, if you see it at a key point, at a support, at a resistance, at a retracement, then you use VPA, volume price analysis. You make that correlation and say, wow, I just got a little better chance of winning this trade.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that clear it up for you?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, as I said, I'm just learning. I just took a bold step to come up front and ask, because I was debating that when you were talking about it. I was like, wait, so I just wanted clarity on like what the actual trend was there. So then that bottom green line, is that your resistance line then?
So right here,
Yes.
So this is a Fibonacci retracement tool. So what I use this for is finding key spots for reversals or trend entries. So I always draw. It's this tool over here on TradingView. It's called Fibonacci retracement.
Okay.
And when you pull this up initially on your broker, it'll look like this. Hold on. If I can get this to work. It won't look as clean. It'll look something like this, where, okay, you'll have a bunch of these lines. Most of this is garbage. So what you're going to do when you pull up your Fibonacci retracement tool is you're going to go to your settings. You're going to right click, go to your settings on TradingView, on Thinkorswim, wherever you're trading. You're going to unclick everything except for 0.618 and except for 0.5. All of this is just noise. You don't need any of it.
Okay.
This is the only zone that you care about, is your 0.5, your 50% retracement to your 0.618. So how I'm going to do that is I find key levels. So here, our recent highest low, or lower high, excuse me, I can't talk, is right here. I'm going to click that and draw it down to our previous low here. You see the low of this candle?
Mm-hmm.
So draw it down to that low, and that we get the 50% retracement of the entire range. Price traditionally likes to move back to that 50% retracement spot before continuing in the trend direction. That's why you'll see this work out so well so often. So that's how I use that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Question then, if it were to, no, sorry to cut you off. If it were to break through the top of that, then could you then expect it to just ride the trade up? If it were to break through that second line?
Sometimes. So I'll like to find my reversals in this area and say that if we moved up and we broke above this previous candle's high, if we break above this, there's a good chance we continue upwards. And that's why I keep my stop loss here to say, well, I think that it's going to reverse here, but just in case I'm wrong, I'm going to put my stop loss here so I end up losing the trade here instead of losing it up here.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's how I use those. You can also use them on smaller and larger time frames. Say that if you want, oftentimes I'll refer to the first 15-minute middle line. And what that means is you take your Fibonacci retracement tool and you draw from 15-minute low to 15-minute high, or vice versa. And that makes the 50% of the range. So sometimes you'll see us in that trend direction come down, retest this area, then continue. Obviously, we didn't see that today, but that's a tool that you can use as well when trying to gauge where price is going to head in the first 15, 20, 25 minutes.
Fascinating. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming up, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the mentorship. I'm a huge believer that people actually do better when they actually have someone that they like can consistently talk to and get information from, and even like, yeah, just kind of like iron sharpens iron. Just to have a mentor is awesome. So thank you for your time, man.
You got a good group of guys and girls that come in every week too. So make yourself at home with the DOD fam.
Yes, sir.
All right. See you, man.
See you, man. Thank you.
Best squad around. That's right, Tyler. Tyler's a Colorado local too. All right. That was great. With Baton, do we have anyone else that would like to come up and speak, ask any questions, say anything? Sometimes we'll have 5, 6, 7 people, and sometimes it's only 1 or 2. Don't everyone come up at once. You know what's crazy is before I started social media, I learned how to trade. I always talk about this. I learned how to trade so I could actually make money trading. I didn't have any social media, didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I just wanted to own my time and be a hermit in my house and take care of my family and live a nice, peaceful life. So that's how I originally started trading. I had no ambitions of being on social media or being a guru or anything like that. Started teaching my friends how to trade. And next thing you know, people, I guess, liked the videos I was posting. They thought they were informative and fun and sometimes thought I was funny. And here we are. So I appreciate you guys tapping in with me. All right, Bo, what's good? What up, Bo? Talk to me. Mr. Bo. Oh, whoops, there we go. I can't hear you if you're speaking. If you're speaking, I cannot hear you, Mr. Bo. Mr. Bo.
Can you
Oh,
hear me?
now I can. What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro?
Hey, yes. Sorry, I don't. Sometimes my service isn't great at my house.
How's your trading been?
Really good actually. Yeah. And much more disciplined lately. I feel like kind of the the personalized stuff starting to pay off.
Good. That's
Getting
amazing, man. That makes me really happy.
nutrition, health together. So yeah, I've been consistently able to follow my rules for the most part. Yeah, I've been started trading more live again, just when I really know that I'm with it. So I've been doing good trading live. I've only really placed a few live trades in the last couple weeks, but like won them all, and then generally just still uh, just either trading the props or evals on the rest of the time.
That's
And
great.
just dialing it in. But yeah, I was just just wondering, like, just some advice, just for because I'm really trying to, because my psychology just got so messed up over the last couple years, on the constant, I would be doing good for a while, then go on just the crazy tilts, then just wreck my psychology and have to build it back up, and then find another lesson to learn, and it would kind of wreck my psychology. I feel like I finally got my psychology started to be built back up. I'm just wondering maybe for some tips on not destroying it again, keeping it, real, keeping the momentum, I guess, with the psychology.
That's great. I think your biggest obstacle. I mean, I remember when you first came in, you had your psychological issues, you had some sleep things going on, and the fact that you've taken accountability on a lot of that, and you're working your way towards taking better trades and not blowing up on trades or blowing up accounts. The best way to build confidence, I always say this, is to lower size and just stay consistent in your risk management. Even if it means you're not making a lot, ultimately over time, you gain more and more confidence and you build that ability to execute without fear, without frustration, without, getting ready to click buy and feeling like you can't breathe. Or that's obviously aggressive, but you get the point that you need to build up your confidence and build it off of good habits. And that's how you, I don't want to say wipe out years of mistrading and years of bad habits, but that's how you build a new foundation. You don't just overnight switch, all right, well, I'm a disciplined trader and I'm the most disciplined person and everything's perfect. But by making daily choices and winning each day, one day at a time, and choosing DOD and choosing positive choices in your trading, that's how you're going to get to where you want to be over time.
Yeah, right. And I'm okay with that. I'm not trying. I'm not even trying to make money right now. I'm just trying to follow my process, because I know I have a good process now. I know if I follow it in the end, it will come. I'm kind of considering this like discipline college, basically.
Discipline College. Maybe that should be the name of the program now. Jdun's School of DOD. Quit blowing yourself up, or what I say is DBAI. Don't be an idiot.
Right.
We all need a little dose of DBAI at some points. But yeah, is there anything else that I can answer for you or help you with, man?
No, I mean that's my main focus right now. I'm either trading small or trading on eval, or basically I like trading my live account, but I I'm just trying to build habits, so doing it sparingly. And so yeah, no, that's my focus. So just when anyone's looking for any tips on that specific area, I feel like that's what I'm focused. So
Yep.
that's it.
Best thing you can do is really what you're doing now is win each day. Stay focused on your diet, stay focused on your routine. The routine is the biggest one. If you're looking to build confidence in your trading and build consistency, it all starts with your routine and making sure your headspace is clear, making sure you're coming in, having a set system every day, knowing your position sizing, knowing it's okay not to trade. That's a big one too. And focusing on not letting destructive habits ever come back in. Otherwise, it takes one day out of a month. If you blow yourself up once a month, the other 28 days of you doing well can mean absolutely nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of that's the pattern that I kind of got in over had periods where I did really good, and then one bad day set off like a tilt cycle where then it'd be on,
Yep.
for a permanent tilt basically. So,
Well, you got DOD now, so that permanent tilt has come to an end. We're taking it, crumpling it up,
absolutely.
yelling Kobe, and shooting it in the trash can. It's gone.
Good.
It's finished. But yeah, thanks for coming up, Bo. I always appreciate you coming in and love seeing you make progress, man.
Thank you.
All right, see you, man. Peace.
See you later.
Very cool. I love when y'all come up and ask questions and speak. There's always a few of you guys, and that's a big part of being a part of this is you get that ability to come up, be surrounded by a group of like-minded people, and treat it as DOD college, DOD therapy. We all need that once in a while, right? So anyone else that wants to come up? It's been almost an hour. It's been about 50 minutes. Again, we have group coaching again tomorrow as well. So if you have anything tomorrow, we'll have hopefully more material to go over. We'll have more to talk about midway through the week. And if I don't see anyone else with their hand up, I appreciate you guys being here as always. I appreciate you guys showing up. Every day that you move forward, every day you're trying to get better. You got parent-teacher conferences. All right, and no one else saw it. Dara, what's good, Dara? We have Dara. There we go. What's good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I just had a few questions. First question is, have you been finding this market's price action like the past few weeks a little bit trickier to trade?
No, but let me explain why. I don't mean to counter your question, because how I trade stays the same in every market. I have to make some adaptations, sure, but I trade VPA and candlesticks. So if my system doesn't fire, I don't trade. Therefore, sure, there is days that I'll get wicked out, or there's days where price won't cooperate how I want it to, but quite frankly, this market doesn't owe me anything. I trade what I see, and if that fires on my system, great, I'll take it. If not, we move on to the next trading day. So I think there's always going to be periods where you trade well, where you don't trade well. And I look at it more like that versus like, oh, it's this market's fault. It's really tricky, or vice versa. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. That is a way better way to look at it.
It helps your confidence, and it makes you, ultimately puts you in the shoes of not having anyone to blame but yourself for your actions and your trading. And when you do that, when you put yourself in that accountability slot, it really makes you hone in on what you're doing every day and keeps you accountable, which has been a quite literally a life changer for me and for my trading.
Okay. And another question I had was, so do you still trade options, or are you just all future style?
I, for the most part, trade futures. I have my option premiums up every day. I watch them every day. This year I haven't really taken a stab again yet. I mean, I will for sure. I'm not opposed to it. Just for Team Bowl and for my live streams and all of you guys learning futures, I've been trading for the most part NASDAQ, but my strategy works, and what I teach will work with options. It works with individual stocks. The risk management's obviously a little bit different depending on how you're trading those, but the options, it works great. You just base your stop losses and risk off percentages instead of points.
What exactly made you make the switch?
Simplicity. And back when I started really diving into futures, it was back in 2024, and the option premiums were just moving very slow for a while. So for me, I was like, well, there's this new fad, we'll call it. People are really liking futures trading. A lot of my community is trading futures, so I wanted to adapt with that. And it was the same thing as trading QQQ or SPY. It's just a different instrument. It's literally no different than trading options on QQQ and SPY. You just trade with points instead of percentages.
Okay. And so is there like tax differences between trading options and trading futures? 'Cause I remember
Yeah.
Brandon saying something about it
Ye-
before, but I wasn't completely paying attention.
Yeah, so to an extent, if you're in the highest tax bracket, income is income. And I don't give tax advice, so I would highly suggest you consult with a tax professional on that, not me. But yeah, say that you're not in the 37% highest income bracket. Futures are taxed, I think, like 20%, and options are just taxed as capital gains, so ordinary income.
Okay.
Yep. But again,
All right,
consult with your tax person on anything tax related, please.
Of course.
I'm not an accountant, though, and I don't want to be an accountant. I hate the word tax. Yes, sir. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Nah, that'd be it. I just had those.
Yeah. Any questions you have or anyone else has? If you think they're silly, if you want to know my favorite color, any questions you guys have, that's what you guys are here for. You guys can ask, and you shall receive.
All right, last question. Tell me your favorite food right now.
Steak, done, easy.
Medium rare or
Medium rare. Anything above medium is criminal. If you're medium well, leave this program right now. There's no hope for you. I'm sorry. There's no hope. Go ahead and just go eat beef jerky.
at that point, man.
But yeah, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night.
You too.
man. I
Take care.
appreciate you.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh man, good. Another good session with the squad. I appreciate you guys coming on as always. I want you guys to choose DOD tomorrow. Trade smart and trade safe. Of course, you guys will be on the live Zoom with me, hopefully. And let's do our best to find a midweek banger, all right? Thank you guys all for tuning in. Trade smart, trade safe, choose DOD. And I'll see you guys in the morning. God bless y'all. Peace. Peace. Bye, everybody. All right, YouTube. That was fun, huh? You guys get some value from that? You guys learned something? I've never done one of those live for the YouTube. Usually it's just me and my private group of mentees. We have a good time. Hopefully you guys got some value from that. I didn't plan on doing that. I just happened to be testing my software, and just so happened that it coincided with us all getting to learn something on a Tuesday night together. Yeah, you can go watch the replay. There's a lot of good stuff in there for sure. Can definitely, and 2-bar video should drop tomorrow. They never actually texted me back. How rude. How rude. I'm glad you got value from it. Now, I hope you guys all join me tomorrow morning for live trading here as well. I'll be live at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, so 9 a.m. Eastern Time. As a reminder, too, if you want to take my next trade with me, Apex just released 90% off. So if you guys want to take my next trade, go get yourself a 50K account. This is my backup computer. 50K. 90% off. Apex is back. Yeah, the 50K TradeAvate account is only $19.70 right now. No brainer. If you want to trade with me tomorrow, go get yourself an account. I just posted the link like 4 times. I'm going to do my best to find you guys a winning trade tomorrow morning. If you put some risk on it, we get 30, 40 points, you'll pass. So go get yourself an account. I hope you guys got some value from tonight. And have your account ready to trade with me tomorrow. You can copy trade up to 20 accounts. I wouldn't recommend that for most of you guys. I'd say at most get maybe 5. I just busted open my lip. So what is that? Oh, good time to get off. So trade smart, trade safe. You can link these accounts. Yup. And I'll see you guys Jeez Louise, what just happened? I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning, okay? God bless y'all, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Hopefully you guys got some value tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Bye.